The once merchant explorer Marco Polo was amongst the first to travel east in the name of seeking new lands and civilizations. In the 12th century, the explorer returned to his Venetian homeland with fabulous tales of great eastern kingdoms containing vast empires and grand palaces. This square is named after Marco Polo. Polo was nicknamed Marco Milione due to the disbelief created amongst his Venetian natives by his lavish stories. Polo did, however, present evidence of his interactions with the East, which laid the foundations for great things to come in the future. This is where he is believed to have lived. The merchants and traders left Venice, heading east, sailing through the Mediterranean and eventually arriving at their most important imperial outpost, Constantinople. Here they would trade their precious commodities and start the journey home. Often, the route would involve a stop in Tripoli, where further trading would take place. They would then voyage back to their Venetian homeland to commence their sails. The trading relationships with Oriental markets such as Constantinople allowed Venice to sample the world's most exotic goods, such as strange and unusual fruits from Africa, perfumes from India, minerals, fabrics and fabric dyes from Malaya, and pepper cloves and spices from Arabia. Trading in these commodities led to the inclusion of Eastern art forms within the trade, inevitably becoming the catalyst that then saw Eastern styles being absorbed into Venetian art and architecture. This is the Cardoro, also known as the House of Gold. It sits on the Grand Canal, a place where rich merchants would showcase their wealth and power through architecture. The quality of the facade expressed the wealth of the owner to the surrounding community. The ground floor can be accessed from the canal. This room was used for storage and to exhibit the treasures accumulated through trade. Even so, the room is still lavishly decorated. The level of decoration evident in merchant storage rooms such as this is astonishing, especially when you take into consideration that they were regularly flooded by the Grand Canal that they are located on. These rope details adorn many Venetian houses. They can even be seen on the Palazzo Ducale. This is the main entrance. It is framed by Byzantine-style arches left over from the previous building. This beautiful well is made from marble mined in Verona. It is housed by the internal courtyard, another feature that was taken from the east. The courtyard also has a staircase, which exhibits Moorish and Eastern influences. It links the ground floor to the Piano Nobile. This is the Piano Nobile. This floor is seen as the most important within the building. The lancet arch, quarter-four details, and trilobate arches are all taken from Eastern architecture. This is a glazing method that was taken from the East and perfected within Venice. It consists of spun glass discs that were set into a lead frame. Due to the inconsistency of the glass, the light in the room has a shimmering quality. After a turbulent life, the Cardoro is now a gallery space showcasing original frescoes and Giorgio's collection of artifacts. The arsenal was key to Venice's rise in power. Its navy was known internationally due to its size and scale. The arsenal is considered to be one of the first production lines in the world. Astonishingly, it was producing around 50 ships a week. This was colossal when compared to other countries such as England, where English carpenters were taking months to produce just a single vessel. This type of production was not seen again until the age of the Industrial Revolution. This is the Palazzo Ducale, once the domain of the Doge of Venice. The palace summarises the entire history, art, and institutions of the Venetian Republic. It was also seen as a machine for Venetian politics, trade and wealth, whilst openly expressing a strong Eastern influence within its architecture. The Mercurial Palace took its final form after several disastrous fires, which unintentionally created an opportunity to renovate and extend the building to accommodate the Great Council. The architectural language defies traditional medieval palace typographies, instead demonstrating elegance, beauty, and a great openness. It is thought there are four key Eastern influences showcased by the Palazzo Ducale. Firstly, the spacing of the fenestrations, as seen in Eastern mosques. Secondly, the polychromatic qualities of the brickwork, which was typical of Persian palaces. Thirdly, the detailing of the roof crenellations seen throughout Eastern architecture during the time. And finally, the intricate brick patterns inspired by the monumental structures of Ghazan Khan. Occasionally, exterior capitals celebrated Venice's relationship with the East in their detailing. Also, the elegant and organic forms of the roof crenellations clearly communicate a strong Eastern architectural influence. The Staircase of Giants, flanked by the statues of both Mars and Neptune by the sculptor Sansovino, epitomising the defiant character of the Venetian Republic. Here the stairs are detailed with intricate Eastern patterns that are clearly carved into the marble risers. The interior courtyard of the Palazzo Ducale is typical of the 15th century Renaissance style. It demonstrates once again elegance, openness and beauty. Here the facade shimmers in the water's reflection. The present building is the third church to bear the name of St. Mark. The original brick construction is a Byzantine-style basilical plan with elongated arching windows and 5 hemispherical domes. Over time, the brick facade became elaborately decorated with architectural references and materials from the eastern reaches of Venice's trade routes, along with trophies of war. The most famous of these trophies was the quadriga. Cast in copper, the 4 horses are believed to be from Roman antiquity and were captured by Venice during the sack of Constantinople in 1204. They were then added to the facade as a reminder of the Republic's triumph. The exterior of the basilica was further embellished with a host of columns made from exotic marble and granite. These columns were acquired through trading with the East or through looting and theft during war. Interior decoration too is highly influenced by the East, particularly Byzantium. The bejeweled palla d'oro or cloth of gold accompanies the vast wealth of mosaics which adorn the upper walls and ceiling. Stone and glass tesserae of all colours were used to create intricate patternwork and great iconographical images depicting biblical scenes, Christ and the saints. A dominant gold background was used in the vaulted ceilings and domes to symbolise the divide between earth and the heavens. Perhaps the most apparent features of Eastern influence on the architecture of St. Mark's are the tall Islamic-like domes. These domes serve to aggrandise the basilica, making it visible to incoming traders, creating a recognisable landmark. These domes were absorbed into the Venetian architectural vernacular and replicated throughout the city in churches and civic buildings. This absorption led to similar domes becoming a recognisable feature of the Venetian architectural style across the lagoon, something recognised by the Venetian Republic-born architect Palladio and incorporated into the later churches of San Giorgio Maggiore and Il Redentore. A presentation brought to you by James Beardall, Sam Cook, Edmund Dyson, Leo Palmer and Joe Travail. Thank you for listening.